What's up? So today I want to basically just have a casual chat with you guys. I'm in my 20s, late 20s, and just one of the things that I've learned in my life, 10 things that I've learned, and I just want to share them with you. I mean, they're not going to be super deep, super intense because I'm just not that person, but I'm going to share some of the things that I've genuinely learned. And I feel like if everyone can think that way, we'll all just be. I'm kind of squinting a little bit because it's really sunny actually. If we can just have a little bit of this little perspectives in the way we think, I feel like life may be a little bit easier. The first one is the first thing I've learned, and I know to be the absolute truth about everyone, is we are all trash. And sometimes trash just seems like, I know trash sometimes is like, what do you mean we're all trash? How can we all be trash? But it's true. We all do trash things. We all just dumb shit all the time. We do nonsense. Some of the decisions we make and some of the things we generally just do as human beings, trashness. Fundamentally, in our core, we are all trash. The reason why you do bullshit things and do dumb bitch things is because deep down in you, there is a level of trashness. And what this means for me is the day I realized that, the day I became a little bit more forgiving of myself, because if I, for example, I do something silly, I like mess up and like do so, instead of like sitting down there and drowning in guilt, I just realize and process that actually this is not a completely strange behavior, because human beings, we tend to do stupid things, and I've done it. Someone else has probably done worse things. Like, it just allows me to be a bit more like forgiving of myself and also forgiving of people, because I know like we can't help but do nonsense. We generally cannot help but do nonsense. The day you recognize the deep in yourself, not just recognize and accept. Acceptance is key, guys. Accept your trashness, accept the bullshit that comes with you. It is part of the package. You will be more forgiving of yourself and you'll be more forgiving of other people. I move on. Number 2 is no one cares. And this is, I have so many favorites in this list, but this is also one of my favorite things. I recently realized that no one gives a sorry guys, I'm gonna swear a little bit just because it is what it is. The day I realized and fully deep the fact that no one actually gives a shit about you. And it's not in like a dark, oh, no one loves me. No, it's not that kind of like no one cares. It's the fact that you're not the main character in anyone's story. You are not the main character in anyone's story. You can be the main character in your story. That's optional. Not everyone is the main character in their story. But the only time you can be a main character, it's your story. No one else cares. You are not the center of anyone else's like mind or thought. You are not. So, in knowing this, I say it's giving me the freedom, and there's a level of freedom that comes with this, right? Knowing that you're not the main character of anyone's story and people don't care and people will forget. And so, for example, if you do want to do something, I don't know, they think, oh, people are going to be like, oh, I look stupid. Or I don't know, I keep doing, That's not how people talk, but I don't know, I guess that's my impression of like people, like, we're just so like ditzy sometimes. Anyways, or people are gonna not like the product, or they're not gonna like the way I look on Instagram, or they're not gonna do this, or no one gives a shit, mate. Do whatever you want to do, sir, miss. Do whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, people are going to forget. Let's say worst case scenario, you do something, you put yourself out there on social media or whatever, you go viral and you look stupid. Okay, that's worst case scenario, going viral and everyone is like, oh, what an idiot. Okay, I give you, people forget. I can guarantee the longest it would take for people to keep remembering that is, I want to exaggerate it, is 1 month. 1 month max. It's how long it would take for people to keep remembering the nonsense you did. They will eventually forget. So if you want to post that picture, if you want to start that business, if you want to come on YouTube and say whatever you want to say, like I'm saying, do it, because no one gives a shit, mate. You become the main character of your life. Because if you're waiting, are you thinking you're the main character of someone else's life, you're wasting your time. Do whatever you want to do, because no one really gives a shit. Number 3 is nothing is personal. Guys, nothing is actually personal. Like when someone does something to you, I'll go as far as saying 99.9% of anything anyone does to you, it's never about you. Actually, most times and most cases, it's about that person. Because people project, and think about it, you project your fears onto people, you project your excitement. Like when you're having a bad day, you will probably snap at someone just because, and it's not necessarily because of what that person's done, it's because you're going through it, you're having a bad day. And it's the same concept through life. No matter how bad anything is or what someone does to you, is generally because they are also going through it, or there's something in their life. Like people just project this shit onto you all the time, and you need to recognize that and not take things personally, because you're going to go nuts if you take everything everyone does to you personally. You can't do that, because you also have to understand that people only view you through their lens, through their experiences, through the perception, and they would also project their feelings onto you. And so you can't be going around carrying other people's burdens. That's hella long. I'm gonna need you to start realizing that someone does something to you, like this person. So guys, I see that you're putting things onto me. This energy isn't working for me, so I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna be offended, but I'm gonna go. And that's how you preserve your energy. But understanding that when people do I still go through it, like when I will still be offended by some things, but generally I try not to be offended. I try to sit down, process, and be like, if I was in the same position, if I probably am going through whatever I'm going through, I probably would act the same way as well. So I say that to say, stop getting offended by everything everyone does. It's not always about you. It's always sometimes just people projecting their shit onto you. Number 4 is, also I need to remove this pencil. Oh, this one is good. You guys would not like this. I think I'm gonna offend a few people. Men are not always the problem. And this one it's just something I learned, and based on social media and just the way we are now, and this is focused on women, just the way we are. Women are we don't take enough responsibility, or we're not accountable enough for the nonsense we do in relationships. And that's why I put this on this list to say men are not always the problem. Listen to me, sometimes men are trash, some men are very trash. Again, we've established we're all trash, so fair enough. But I say that to say men are not always the problem, even in the worst scenarios. So for example, I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was telling me about her friend, or someone she knows, not necessarily a close friend, but someone she knows that now has HIV from her husband. And I was like, oh my god, that is very sad. And that's sad because she was telling me how like her husband is a serial cheater, is always cheating, blah blah blah. I was like, oh my god, that's actually horrible. Like no one should go through that. And that's my first response. You have to sympathize. And then I, knowing me, curious, and then I dug deeper and said, so did she know that he's always been like this, like before they got married? She's like, yeah, she knew. I was like, okay girl, tell me more, because she knew. She was like, yeah, she knew. He's been in the streets. He never left the street one day, and she's always known about it. She's found him cheating. Literally caught him cheating. She's what else? Apparently, a day before their wedding, he cheated on her. She knew about it. She forgave him. So in that context, yes, the man is completely trash. No excuse. And maybe HIV, like, I don't want to touch that because that's a sensitive topic, but just like in general, like men cheating and stuff, or like other things that goes down in relationships. It's like, did you know though? And that's the conversation women are not ready for, women don't have. It's like, but did you know? Because 90% of the time, 80% of the time, let's say, women actually see the signs. But I'm tired of us. I'm actually tired. I'm tired of human beings, and also like women are exhausting me right now. It's like we like to do selective hearing and selective seeing and selective thinking. And then when the time comes, when the man shows his character, no. Not when he shows his character. The character's been showing. When the man then does something that is now like completely crazy, or like now it's public, people know that he's legit trash. Now you want to be playing like, why do you know I didn't say? You saw that shit, you knew that shit. So I say that to say men are not always the problem. Women are not accountable enough. We don't take responsibility for the nonsense we do or the red flags we see, and play hide and seek. We always play hide and seek with men's red flag, with selective choosing. Oh, he's nice here, he's a dick, but he buys me stuff, so I'm gonna be with him. Okay then. Let me not go deeper, because I just feel like this may trigger a few people, but I said what I said, girl. I said what I said. Number 5, I believe, is social media is the ghetto. Oh, this one touches my chest. This one just, it gets me every time. Social media is the ghetto. The ghetto. And I need you guys to recognize that social media is the pits. It's the gutter. Okay? I feel like I don't even need to explore any further, but I'm just going to explore just for the sake of it. Social media is not real. And I feel like times in my life where my mental health has been a bit on the rocks is when I've been consuming a lot of social media, looking at people's lives and comparing myself to them. I mean, you guys are better than me because you don't do that, so it's just me. And it's just the fact that there's such an illusion of people like having their shit together when they really don't. When the thing is, do you know what really gets me about myself and social media is personally, if you don't know personally, I know that it's fake. I know that social media is fake because people show the highlights of their life, and some of it may be real, but most of it is fake. People don't show you exactly what's going on in their life the same way you don't show people exactly what's going on in your life. And so we then compare our lives, our whole life, to the glimpse of what someone else has showed you. Do you know how fucked up that is? That would mess you up, because you're like, oh, I'm comparing myself to this picture of this person on holiday looking great. The body looks great, whatever. Maybe done, maybe filtered. You don't know. But you're not comparing your body, you're comparing your house, you're comparing your lifestyle, you're comparing everything to this one picture or this few pictures you've seen about this person that you have no clue how they got there. You have no clue if it's real. You have no clue what's been involved. But you're here compares, and that's what I do. And it just fucks with me. I hate social media so much. I hate the aesthetics. I hate how, especially Instagram, how you're supposed to like come on there and be perfect and like have your shit together and your body has to be on point. I just hate the false perfection that's been fed on social media. I'm sorry guys, does it look like I'm being passionate about this? That's because I am. Social media is the ghetto, and I'm going to need you to recognize it for what it is. My next one is my absolute favorite, and the day you realize this is the day your life actually will change, is Earth is ghetto. Not just social media, guys. The universe that we live in, we're living in the ghetto. We are living in the ghetto, in the slums. We are constantly breathing in the slums. That's where we are. Earth is ghetto. Everything is ghetto, actually. I just feel like the day you realize the ghetto-ness and everything and the trashness, your life will be so much easier. Earth is so trash. Oh my God, if history hasn't told you anything, the last 2 years, since COVID, I don't know. If that doesn't tell you the trashness that we live in, I don't know what would. I actually don't know what would. We haven't rested, you know that. Since COVID, we have not had a month off. Not since. If it's not COVID, it's another variant of COVID. It's Trump. It's celebrities doing their nonsense and also announcing to us that they have COVID, like we care. It's Kanye West now disturbing Kim. It's Kim Kardashian telling people to go work. It's Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. We've not rested. We have not rested since COVID began. We're actually living in the ghetto, and I don't think we process that enough. That If the earth is ghetto, why should I take it seriously? You know what I mean? And that's why I said, if you really process it and you really deep what earth being ghetto means, your life would actually be a lot easier. Because if the universe or earth doesn't respect me enough to not be ghetto and to not do all these things that's happening, why should I take it seriously? It doesn't take me seriously. Clearly it doesn't. So why should I take it seriously? So it just means I would no longer put myself under pressure on this earth. I don't know, maybe if the Lord decides to migrate us onto different planets, maybe we're starting over, maybe I would begin to respect things and take things a little bit more seriously. But until then, I'm not gonna take this place seriously anymore. It doesn't respect me, I would not respect it back. I would not respect it back in, not to say, oh, let's not recycle anymore. Oh my God, we're going to recycle, we're going to take over our planets. But in terms of like me just taking things too seriously, no, not in this ghetto, no. I'm not doing that anymore. Take it easy, soft life is what I'm after. Because if Earth, the shit that Earth is the ghetto, but it's not actually the space it's us. So maybe I should have put human beings are the ghetto, but then I've also said we're trash. So it's just like the shit we do constantly on Earth is just tiring. Number 8 is, this is gonna be short. Your family is gold, and that's something I've learned. Your family is gold, so stop being a dick and call your mom back, call your dad back. Plan dates with your family, like take your sister to lunch, like stop being a dick. You know what I mean? Like text your mom back, you know? Don't do that. Family is gold, and they are the ones that would be there for you when shit hits the roof. Your family would always be there for you. And you know what? I recognize that some people come from really trash families, and that's true. That's harsh, but that's true. Some people have some not so great family, and that's okay. But family doesn't have to be blood. Family doesn't. It could be your close friends. Sometimes family is not blood. So whatever that means to you, whatever family is to you, they are gold. And stop being trash and respect them. Treat them nice. Stop being one of those dickhead people that treat strangers nicer than the people that actually are their family or their friends. Don't be that person. No one likes that person. No one does. Well, except if you're the stranger that treat you nice, then you probably will like them, but no one does. Number 9 is get a therapist. Get your shit together. Stop talking about this is who I am. That's just me. No, you have a bad attitude. Go figure out why. No. Not this is just me. Get it together. If you can afford a therapist, please get yourself a therapist and unpack that trashness. Yes, we know we're trash. We know we do trash things. But maybe let's unpack it so it's not as bad. So you're not just like being trash to everyone. You know what I mean? Like go see a therapist, have a conversation, know why you are a dick, and like analyze that. Not know why you're a dick. That's why I'm a therapist. So I know why I behave the way I behave. See a therapist if you can afford it. If you can't afford a therapist, maybe you should have like friends that, I'm sure you have like friends or family that you can talk to and confide in. It would never be the same as a therapist, but someone you can talk to, that would also be an option. And then if you don't have that, any of those, I'm gonna need you to pray to Jesus to bring you someone that you can talk to, because we all need someone that we can, at least one person at least that we can confide in and say things to. And my last one, number 10, that I've learned, but it's also a little bit random, but it's very important to me. If you are, now we're in our 20s and you're watching this, you're probably 18, you're 20, probably older than that. If you are in your 20s or from 18 and you still don't brush twice a day, at least twice a day, you are on top of the hierarchy of trashness. You are actually at the top of one of the trashiest people. That is not me saying that. That is facts. It's not me. I can guarantee you it's not me. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just telling you. I'm the messenger. I'm just telling you what the fact is. If you don't brush twice a day and you're now over the age of 18 or you're 18, you are ridiculous. You are one of the trashiest people, and you are the reason why Earth is ghetto. You're part of the reason. Heavy player in why Earth is ghetto. You just are. So get it together. Please start brushing your teeth twice a day because it's just not acceptable. It's not. It's just something I know and I've learned that if you are this age, you don't brush at least twice a day, you're part of the problem. Anyways, I really hope you've learned something or not. I don't know. And I will see you in my next video then. Bye.